people, when they end up squatting, not utilizing their hips enough and overutilizing their knees. When you end up overutilizing your knees, it ends up putting excess stress on your knee joint, reshaping that knee in a negative way and continuing with the pain cycle or the pain within the knee. So what we want to do is, when it comes to the squatting pattern of when we work out or exercise and throughout day-to-day life, we want to utilize the hips more in a squatting pattern in order to, shift the stress on the hips, because they're big muscles around the hips, and decrease that negative stress and strain in the knee joint. So what I'm going to get is Mike to come up, and he's going to go through that, kind of doing the squatting pattern correctly. So I'm going to get him to do it wrong. So you're staying nice and upright, and you're squatting down, you're doing all the squatting with your knees. Good, and back up. So what ends up happening is the hips aren't moving back enough, the knees are shooting forward, you're putting your weight on the balls of your feet, and when you put your weight on the balls of your feet, it puts more stress on the knee, and then those knees coming forward puts increased stress on it. So what we want to do is shift the weight on the feet, so it's either in the middle of the foot or even on the heels. When he starts squatting, the movement initially starts with the hips starting to move back and then starts bending through the knees. Good. He can start off with having the hands out in front to help him when it comes to the depth of the squat. Because a lot of times what people will end up doing is they'll just focus on the top part of the squat, and just like what we talked about in the step before, we want to work on strengthening as much of the range of that knee as we can. Good.